Directors, stage managers, set designers, lighting designers. We even have classes for financial management for artists. We sick and tired of trying to raise money to bury you when you were still seeing you on television. And people said, what happened? What did they do with the money? The truth comes out that when we signed those contracts, which is part of the classes we have at the academy, which is copyright, intellectual property, AI, and knowing how to look after your work and your intellect. Those things are part of the academy. We want to empower the working artists so they go into tomorrow knowing these are my rights, these are the things I need, but also you have to be properly trained. You have to come, not very few actors come from our so-called academies. Here you go to university to study humanities and there will be a course on drama and speech.
Exactly.
You go to places like the outside academies they set up where you are taught how to act, how to stand, how to move. And yet when then the global community sees you and you are brought over, they realize there's a huge gap. How did you get where you are? Because you seem not to understand the basics. So it is our duty then to empower, to upgrade your skill.
And also you mentioned that already you work with experienced artists, right? So then my next question will be then how do they then get to you? You know, how does that work?
We've launched today the John Kani Performing Arts Academy. The website is ready. Our work out there has been doing a lot in social media. We will announce that the first 2 master classes to be held would be writing by Professor Zakes and acting by Dr. John Kani. That will be followed by choreography by Gregory Makoma. That will be followed by set and costume design by Sarah Roberts. That will be followed, that will take us to about next year, February. And then the other classes will be planned. You also will look in the website and you will see that there's a master class on this particular, on movement, on coaching on accent, coaching on speech, coaching on writing. Then you apply. We will then be part of, and of course you'll pay a fee because these dudes are very experienced and they're not very cheap. So we've got to bring them to come and share the experience. So that's how you will know. And the word of mouth and publicity and marketing, of course, we've got to put that in place. We already have inquiries from some of the people I've worked with abroad. What can we do? How can we come in? There will be classes that will be virtual, where I will have Idris Elba, or I will have Ryan Coogler, or I will have Spike Lee talking about directing movies. These are the names that we interact with.
Yeah,
you know, that would be able to say, I'll do it, Doc. And we're also looking at the people visiting South Africa. When you hear that there's an actor that was just now in Forrest Whitaker was in Cape Town, that would have been an incredible opportunity for us to fly down to Cape Town, go to the Baxter Theatre or the Artscape and arrange a 2-day masterclass. So he interacts with actors and people in the film industry in that. So it's not really in Johannesburg, it's the base. We're working everywhere. We've been to Durban with Prof. We're going to Polokwane on Monday. We're going to the Northwest at Mabane Arts Center. We're going to the Mandela Theatre Complex in Port Elizabeth, while other classes are taking place at this incredible 44 Main, which I was so humbled by them saying, you can use our building.
Yeah, that's very lovely. And I mean, you've been in the game for
I think we are the sum total of what we eat. We are also affected by what we put into our brains. We are also thinking about how we look after our bodies. As an actor, I need to be physically fit and healthy. For each great movie I have done, we go through a medical. We do a proper physical, heartbeat and everything, because they are investing in you. They don't want you to collapse in the middle of the season while shooting the movie. So we have that opportunity. Each time you do the Black Panther, you went to a physical, total heartbeats and everything. Then you move to another play or on another movie, you do another physical. but also it is look after yourself.
True.
Because you are the instrument that you're going to use in order to achieve your career and your vision. And I like what Prof says about, you don't come here to write a hit. We don't know. People don't ask me, how did I get to Hollywood? How do I break into Hollywood? I said, what are you doing now? Are you in any production now? No. So how the hell are you going to end up in Hollywood? Just do something now. And my strongest appeal to really back my brother as a writer, can women write? Please, because when you write, you tell the story of women.
True.
When you write, you make women the leading actors in your story. For as long as we write, we're going to write stories of masculinity, in fact, even if it's toxic.
True.
But we will do that, but we need to hear those voices. And the Academy will, as Professor Mda says, bring the work you've been doing. Although you finished, that work is published, has been performed. So when you come to the Academy, bring the work you've been doing. So then they could go through and see where you have areas of, you need a little bit of advice. I'm an experienced writer. I'm an experienced award-winning playwright in this country and on Broadway. When I write a play, what do you think I do? I send it to him to read. Because you always need that other view of your work. And he makes his notes and says, watch out about this and watch out about him. And I go back and write. And this is it, because I can't be an island in this whole constituency. But we're here to upskill, to train, to rediscover, to refine your passion, to resharpen your understanding of the area where you operate. And we want to give you an opportunity to step back into that world, knowing a little more than you did before you went with us. We're not a school, we're master classes. We haven't got Monday to Friday classes. I ask when Professor Mda is available to do a 2 or 3 weeks master class. He gives me those dates, and then we put it on our website and we talk about it, and people apply to participate. There will be certain requirements of what makes you qualified to be in the acting master class, in the writing master class, in the directing master class, in the even financial management courses for artists who somehow seem not to be able to manage their finances. We're talking lighting design, costume design, production management, theater management. We have these courses, screenplay writing, which some of us, and he's been very good at it. So that's what we offer.
First of all, I would like to stress that what we are talking about here are master classes, which means that this is for practitioners who are already practicing in the field, you see. And therefore, because you see, the main thing is to feel the need whereby a lot of practitioners, because as a practitioner, even I myself, we always need, refreshing.
Yes.
We always need to learn new ways of approaching our field. There are developments all the time in the industry, or in our case here, we say in this sector of performing arts. I have worked quite broadly in many different countries where I've held master classes.
Okay.
And indeed, you'll find that practicing actors or writers and so on, who are working on specific projects, writing projects, will come to these classes. Why? Because they want to improve something about their own writing. So it is that kind of work that we'll be doing here.
Okay.
I also must mention that although we are launching today, but we have been working already. As Mtagwetu mentioned here, that we've been to Grahamstown, held classes there. We've been to Durban, where I was highly impressed by the quality of the artists we worked with, you know, actors, directors, and I worked specifically with writers, many of whom were writers who already have had plays performed at the State Theatre, at the theatre in Port Elizabeth, and so on. But when they heard that, oh, there are going to be master classes by this specific writer, they said, oh, we must attend because we want to learn about his approach.
Yes.
We know our approach as writers. We have had other approaches, but we specifically want to learn his approach to writing. That's what a master class is all about.
Yeah, love that. But please, can you just share what you want to say for someone who isn't?
You can only be a writer by writing.
By writing.
Yes. You can only be a writer by reading. Read other people's works.
Yes.
You see? And of course, write.
Sure.
And the more you write, the better you become. You write, you give your work to other people to read. They may not even be professionals. We are all readers. You give your work to another person to read, they critique it. That's what a workshop is about anyway. It's just that now when it's a workshop, you're doing it at a professional level.
Sure.
But you don't have to be in a professional environment to write.
Sure.
As long as you start first by being a reader. You can only be a great writer by first becoming a great reader. Sure. You see, that's what I can say to an aspiring. You always say aspiring, right? It means there's somebody who has not written anything. It means that then write.
Then write.
Yes.
That's true. That is very true.